Hey everybody, Chris here. After the big up and down price action over the past couple days, are we now looking at a breakout or a fake out for Dogecoin? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when the videos come out as well as when I do live streams. My lives are now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I'll throw in extra lives if we see some big price action one way or the other, or big important news that needs to be covered. But that is my schedule going forward here. Got a lot going on, but here for you to give you the update on the crypto market, what's going on with Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Let's get into it. Let me show you the charts in the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. We start here with the current Dogecoin chart. We're just around 12.5 cents. It's pretty quiet trading overnight and into today. A lot less than the volatility we had yesterday, which of course isn't as bad as what we had here on Sunday and into Monday, where we had much bigger volatility. And Dogecoin is, again, 12.5 cents. Bitcoin is just under $90,000. And the last time Bitcoin's at 90K, Doge was at 13 cents. So Doge has lost a little ground against Bitcoin. But you see the Bitcoin price just totally flattening out from yesterday. So it's like a big wait and see mode, right? Wait and see. But overall crypto, I mean, nothing's really moving on my watch list. There may be a couple tokens or something doing something, but it's pretty quiet as we go into the Thursday. Fear and greed index, it's back down to extreme fear for Bitcoin. Back down to extreme fear. We'll check Dogecoins in just a little bit. But look, like last week, we were in greed. We went from extreme fear up to greed, back to extreme fear, and now we're even lower. I mean, that's the volatility in crypto, right? That's what we could see. We thought, Bitcoin's going to 100K, right? And now here we are, back below 90. So that's where we are. Today we do have, it's less than a week until the next U.S. Federal Reserve FOMC meeting. We have U.S. GDP numbers at 8:30 Eastern time this morning. I'm recording this before that data comes out. They're still trying to catch up from November. And that was the end of the last government shutdown. And we still have a week until possible another government shutdown for the United States. Now, the odds of that happening, another one, are much less than what we saw back in October. And we're hoping that there is no government shutdown. Life just move forward. Let's get that behind us. But, politics are politics, and it's going to be what it's going to be. And then at 10 a.m., we've got the core PCE inflation, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, and a major input for rate policy. So that's going to be a key into whether next week we see an interest rate cut or not. I'm still of the pause, no rate cut next week is what I have predicted. And we think that's what's going to happen. Now, overall for charts, Titan of Crypto says Bitcoin fake out. Price failed to confirm the breakout yesterday, reclaiming the bearish fair value gap above is key. Final GDP and core PCE today. And I don't think it's going to move much. I don't think it's really going to move much. So I'm guessing this is just going to bleed out sideways for a bit until the next Trump tariff, like Greenland peace. I mean, what's next, right? Because you know how he works, and there's going to be some other big thing that's going to happen that's going to cause disruption, because that's what we've seen. And if we look at this chart overall from the big pullback we had in November, again, that was following the October 10th flash crash, negativity in the market, and this volatility that we've had has been on this upward sloping support line. We broke below it, back above it. I think we're just going to bleed out sideways for a bit, is what I think is going to happen. Mr. Crypto says, look, Bitcoin is bouncing off the 2026 yearly open, expecting some chop here until macro clears up. And that's what I think it's going to be. It's going to be some chop here coming forward. Trader Allen, now, we thought he was becoming a bear, right? He did his Ichimoku cloud yesterday and was like, looking like a bearish structure for Dogecoin. And then he follows up today with a Bitcoin bear flag. with a target down to 62K. Should we worry about this bear flag potentially sending Bitcoin back to 62K? So is Trader Alan getting bearish here? Is he negative? Well, we'll see his Dogecoin charts in just a little bit. And El Crypto Prof is saying, look, we zoom out and we've looked at Bitcoin bouncing off this larger upward sloping support line. And we know in the short term, right, you can break below an upward sloping support line. So I would not be surprised if we see that again. You can see that we have been, since the November pullback, we've been kind of bouncing sideways, a little bit up as we showed, but this could just bleed out again sideways. I expect something coming, right, with Trump and more volatility, more craziness, and the markets don't like that. The markets don't like that. So as I expect, we're probably going to have no rate cut next week. Some may see that as being a negative, but I think overall that's what is expected. So I don't see this arrow here. I don't see this big bounce back up to all-time highs happening here in February into March like the El Crypto Prof is showing. Now let's look at Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin. Fear and Greed Index is 30. It's fear. It's not as bad as Bitcoin, which is interesting because Doge is down a little bit more percentage-wise, but that is how Dogecoin goes in terms of sentiment. So we'll be watching that. And the Dogecoin OG guys, like the swing trade on BTC has gone flat, clear market manipulation yesterday as Trump tries to pump markets with unreliable news. I mean, that was the whole thing yesterday, right? Is we had all the negativity in the morning, and then at Davos, World Economic Forum, he comes up with this new plan, right? The peace deal and it's like, okay, so tariff on, tariff off, right? When's the tariff on thing going to come? But yeah, this is it, right? Market volatility, and then it just flattens out. Doge back to the 12.5 cent support line with volume shrinking. Let's see what the day hodls for Dogecoin. And then we got Trader Alan, right? He just can't help himself. A bull pennant. A bull pennant for Dogecoin. Something great is going to happen. See, he just can't help himself. He sees the bearish Ichimoku cloud yesterday. He shows the Bitcoin bear flag, and then he shows a bull pennant in a short-term time frame for Dogecoin. Bull pennant, right? Something big, something great's happening. Here it comes, right? Because these are the types of posts that gets him more views and clicks on X. But no, he's not done yet. That's a short time frame. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger time frame. Yet this is the monthly, looking all the way back, 2017, 2021, and here he's got 2026. What? All the way up to almost $2. Dogecoin remains above the Gaussian channel. Fire, right? Fire. And it's just like, come on, man. And then he's like, yesterday he's responding to me because I'm just saying, yeah, he's just going to post more bull stuff, you know. And then he replied to me yesterday and he was like, dude, I just saw the bear flag here. And I was like, yep. And here we go, next day. And he's showing all these breakout bull things again because that is what gets the likes. It is what it is, right? So is Doge ready to break out or fake out? Doge is heating up again as meme coins wake up and traders hunt the next explosive move. With fresh Dogecoin news, key support zones, and resistance levels in play, Doge is set for big volatility, just not today. Today's going to be quiet compared to what we just had. So what's going on, right? Again, Doge trading around a volatile consolidation zone after a strong rally earlier in this month, right? Because we ended 2025 on the down. The tax loss harvesting, still negativity, ending 2025, and we've come up since then. So that's good. Price is currently hovering near a key support area where buyers and sellers are fighting hard for control. Are they really fighting hard? I think the volume is just down, and it's just the bots kind of trading each other right now. The recent candles show exactly what you expect from a top meme coin. Sharp intraday swings, Fast spikes on news and sudden fades when the hype cools off. Over the last few days, Doge has been moving in a clear range, buyers stepping in on dips near support, while profit taking kicks in every time price pushes into resistance. So those are the swing traders and the day traders, right? They do their thing. And the bots, of course, as well. Momentum has slowed compared to the earlier breakout leg, but volume is still strong enough to keep short-term traders very interested. In simple terms, Doge is coiling. The longer it stays in this tight range, the bigger the next move is likely to be. So, again, it's only been one day. I mean, it's just like the short time frames. It's like, let this thing cool off for a little bit, right? So, impact of market sentiment. Meme coin rotation, right? Money has been rotating across meme coins again. Social media pushing new small cap plays, while the OGs like Dogecoin still act as a liquidity magnet. When people take profits on tiny memes, a lot of that capital flows back into Doge because it has better liquidity and tighter spreads. The Elon Musk effect is always there, right? What's Elon going to do? This is hanging over Dogecoin, continuing. Of course, we have news about Such, the Such Pay thing with the Dogecoin Foundation. We covered that on yesterday's live stream in more detail. We still have Doge OS, right? And what is the My Doge and Doge OS team going to be launching soon, right? In a few weeks, we think. We're going to finally be seeing that. There's some little bubbling news here and there that points to, like, this thing's going to launch soon as well. But it's always all these things about Doge. It's like, soon, coming soon. This is in the future. And we need it now. We need it now. Even when Elon is not dropping direct Dogecoin news, speculation about potential Doge payments in future projects tends to resurface and fuel FOMO. As always, you should treat Elon-related pumps as volatility events, not long-term guarantees. They can easily push price through short-term resistance levels, but they can just as quickly fade when the attention shifts. And particularly if we're in an overall bear market, when we saw this when Elon bought Twitter back in October 2022, we were in the bottom of a bear market and Dogecoin doubled in price, right? On the news that Elon was buying Twitter, which had nothing directly to do with Dogecoin, it was just an Elon thing. There's always a thought that he's going to use Dogecoin on Twitter. Well, now it's X and X payments or X money. We're waiting, right? We're waiting. So number 3, the macro and economic calendar. Crypto doesn't trade in a vacuum. High impact economic events like U.S. inflation releases, employment data, Fed rate can increase volatility across all risk assets, including Doge. When markets expect higher interest rates or sticky inflation, risk assets often wobble. Bitcoin dips first, altcoins follow, and Dogecoin usually exaggerates the move. That is when I say on the red candles, Doge will fall at a greater percentage than Bitcoin, right? On the other hand, if data comes in softer than expected, the market prices in earlier or deeper rate cuts, crypto sentiment can flip bullish fast. That's when Doge can rip higher than Bitcoin and ETH. Again, on the green candles, right, Doge goes up at a greater percentage. That's why 2025, unfortunately, ended up with more red candles than green candles, so Doge fell at a greater percentage than Bitcoin for the 2025 calendar year. So that is what is happening with Dogecoin. Breakout or fake out, we look at intermediate support, stronger support, which is a little bit lower, the pullback zone. We have resistance and intraday resistance and major resistance are the upper bounds, right? And of course, I've been tracking those on my Dogecoin chart. And I have these big boxes up here. Again, 15.4, the bottom of the red box. That is that higher up resistance level, 15.4, right? Right now, we're battling right here around 13 cents, a short term. So we got to get back there and then see if we can get up to 15.4. But if we look down, we just had the most recent pullback here where this orange circle is, and that is 12 cents. But then we go down to 11.6. And then if we want to really look lower, we have the October 10th flash crash down to 9.5 cents. So those are the targets up and down in sort of this medium medium term, of course, we can always go all the way out to the daily, and we could look back and see like all the big moves that happened in 2025. We actually were bullish for a while in 2025. June right into October, we were looking at Uptober, we were looking at, higher highs, higher lows, like all of that was happening until when? October 10th. Totally changed the market, and you can see it very clearly on this chart. I still have my magnet up here at 30 cents. It just may take a while to get there. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Is this a breakout or a fake out? Or are we just going to bleed out sideways for a bit? Give the video a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.